Now, how tough was it to find that main actor to portray that?
Very tough. We went through, I want to say, about 3 months before we figured out who we wanted for the picture. And what we ended up doing was we decided that practically it would actually be easier what if we actually just cast 2 people for one role? So there's a duality to the performance, a serious duality. Alan, the character, is a very timid man who, he himself is not a very confrontational guy. He just gets himself into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And the mask is Alan, only with his brain, filled with a liter of acid. Basically, all that power, quickly corrupts him. And you could say, yeah, maybe it's the mask, but by the time you get to the end of the story, we have our villain of the story even telling him, man, you've become a psychopath.
Nice.
And, then the mask kind of likes it.
Well,
or Alan.
Let me ask you a question. How, what was your hand in, I know you're a producer in the movie, and I know the director usually deals with the actors, but did you have any kind of hand in dealing with his performance? Not helping him a little bit, or shaping it, or guiding him a little bit? The
first step to that was really casting Michael Bugard in the role of the mask itself. Tim Parrish plays, Alan, and the characters really came from the personalities of the actors themselves. Alan, played by Tim Parrish, he's a very calm, collective person, couldn't hurt a fly. And he's brilliant. I had been working with him on another film, a religious-based film called Footsteps in the Sand, for about a year. And he is the lead in that, and I loved his performance in that film. So that's why he was the first person we casted. And then I'd worked with Michael a lot over the last couple of years, and Michael is the exact opposite. He's abrasive, he's very quick to judge, but at the same time he's an amazing human being, but he's kind of scary in a good way for us. And so I had approached him about the role, and he was a big comic book fan, and he knew of the original comic books. And basically, when I got Lance aboard with those two, the development of the characters immediately took off. And I think maybe less than 2 weeks, I was already getting calls from Michael in character with the voice and everything else.
Nice, I'm sure that was kind of creepy.
Oh yeah, and and then once we started working on costume, I think that's when it really came together. Was Michael had gotten the costume and the teeth for the first time, because the teeth alters your facial expressions and your performance. He had to take those things home, much like Jim Carrey did.
Gotcha.
When Jim Carrey first got the teeth, he couldn't talk at all. They're so big and they alter your jaw structure. And we even had to really kind of take the mold of Michael's face while he had his jaw open, because we knew that the prosthetic would have to settle around the teeth.